Congratulations to those my subscribers here on YouTube and my followers on my other social media platforms who got their US visas granted these past few weeks. Congratulations. And some of these people reached out to me before they went for their visa interviews, and I shared some tips with them. Congratulations. A lot is changing here in the US, and by so doing, a lot of people have reached out to me and they are saying, no, sir, Comedy, is it still a good idea to apply for a US visa at this time? Because President Donald Trump vowed to deport immigrants, those who do not have documents and those who have committed one crime or the other. So is it still a good thing? And I've often told people, you can apply for a US visa if you believe you are prepared for it, if you believe you have what it takes to get that visa. Because no matter who is president, the embassies will continue to issue visas to visa applicants. And in this very content today, I want to share with you an updated version of the US B1, B2. You can call it a US visitor visa interview questions at the embassy. Yes, because you applied for a visa to come to the US for a specific purpose, and that purpose was clearly stated in your visa application form. And most of these questions that these visa officers will be asking you usually will emanate from your visa form. Yes, they would emanate from your visa form. So now, a lot of people are asking, Nusa Comedy, what are the most likely questions? And how should we approach these questions? And this is the reason why I have decided to say, okay, even though I have created this content before, but we need to change with time. Times have changed, and we also have to change with time. So if you are just coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Nusa Comedy. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, my returning and existing subscribers. Thank you very much. God bless you. And please, for those of you that are saying you don't get my update whenever I drop a new content, please do well to give this content a big like and click the notification bell right here on my channel so that you get notified whenever I drop a new content. Now, for those who applied for US visitor visa or the US B1, B2 visa, now, please make sure you go to the embassy very early. You understand, you don't want to miss your interview. The first question right there is, what is the purpose of your visit to the US? At this very time, you have to state your actual purpose, the purpose for which you have applied for that visa. Be specific and let them know that you are visiting their country, whether for a visit, for a business meeting, for vacation, for tourism. Just let them know the reason. You understand? Whether you are visiting family and friends, let them know. The next question that may most likely be asked is, how long do you plan to stay in the United States? Yes. At this very point in time, you have to mention the duration of your stay in the US. You understand? Like, e.g., the number of weeks or the number of months, as the case may be. Now, the next question that may most likely be asked of you is, where will you be staying in the United States. Now, if you don't have anybody here, if you don't have anywhere to stay, or you don't have any friend or relative to stay with here, automatically it means that you have to book or have an hotel reservation from your country, because people have been deported here in the US. Of recent, 2 German tourists were deported here in the US to their country because they landed here in the US and they did not have hotel reservation. So where are you going to stay? You don't have any relatives here to stay with. You don't have friends here to stay with. So are you just coming here to be a liability to the US government? You don't want to portray that. So the next question that may most likely be asked will be, will it be a solo trip or will someone else be joining you? So provide the details of the trip whenever you are going, whether you are going alone or visiting your business associates, so forth and so on. So the next one is, can you provide evidence of your return from the US at the end of this period of stay? Now, this visa, this B1, B2 visitor visa, we call it B1, B2, it's a visitor visa. It is not for you to come to the US and stay, even though people have their ways around it. So you need to convince the visa officer that you are really coming here to the US for the purpose you have clearly stated in your visa form, and you are going to return when your time here is up. So by so doing, you have to, as the B visa is solely dedicated to temporary visits, and hence assure the interviewers that you will return at the end of the period of stay. By providing evidence, make sure to mention why a shorter period of stay will not be possible for you. So if you have decided to stay here in the US for like 3, 4, 5 months, you have to also let them know in that visa interview why you are spending that much time. So now, some personal information that may be asked or will be asked is, what assets do you own in your home country? So at this very point in time, if you have properties, businesses, just name it, shares, stocks, lands, building properties, cars. So you have to let them know your assets. And in many cases, the more assets you have, the more chances of you getting that visa. Because the visa officer wants to make sure that you have something to come back to in your country. So if you don't have any tie to your country, most likely they are not going to grant you that visa, because you have not shown that you have something you'll be coming back to. Another question they may most likely ask you is, do you have any relatives staying in the US? If you have, provide the names of those your relatives to the visa officer. If you don't have, you say no, you don't have. Do you have dependents such as children or elderly parents in your home country? These are ties to your country. If you have a husband, you tell them you have a husband you are leaving behind and you intend to come back to your husband. If you have a wife, also tell them you have a wife in your country and you intend to come back to your wife as soon as your trip is over in the US. If you have kids, if you have parents, grandparents, siblings, share with them. You understand? Because they want to be sure that you will come back. Ordinarily, almost everybody qualifies to apply for a US visa. But not everybody qualifies to be granted that US visa, because they want to make sure that you will come back home. You understand? So now, the financial aspect of this trip, you may be asked, or you are going to be asked, who will cover your travel and other expenses? provide the name of the person who will be responsible for covering your travel and other expenses. If it's you, say it's you. And mind you, if you are going to this visa interview, you have to go there with your bank statements, whether 6 months or 3 months, but 6 months. If you don't have the money or somebody has decided to sponsor you on that trip, get that person's bank statement and get that person affidavit of support, and if possible, letter of sponsorship. That person will write a letter to let the visa officer know that he or she will be responsible for the sponsoring of that your trip. You understand? So another question is, some may ask, what is the estimated cost of your trip to the US? This question is not a must, but they have asked people. So you have to do your plus and minus, because the reason why they are asking is that if you come up with the cost and they realize that your cost is within the range of the real cost, they will not compare it with what you have in your bank account. That is why sometimes this question comes up. Take note. So they can also ask you, can you provide proof of financial stability? And here, to demonstrate your financial standing, provide documents such as bank statements, tax returns, and employment letters. You understand? So now, if you are a business owner, you have to make sure you have your business registration certificate. You have to make sure you have your tax documents, because if you are a business owner, you ought to be paying taxes. And also, if you are a business owner and you are coming to the US, they will most likely ask you, who is now going to be in charge of your business? So prepare yourself. You don't have to go there and be stammering. You have to say this thing like you mean it, like you know what you are doing. As a business owner, they might ask you, okay, now that you say you are going to the US for like a month or 2 weeks, who is not going to be in charge of your business? Who is going to run your day-to-day activities of your business for you? Be ready for that question. Now, let me quickly say this here. When you are going to that visa interview, smell nice. Use a very good perfume. When you are going to that visa interview, wear a very neat clothing. Look expensive. Look rich. Don't just dress and pack chains in your neck. No. Dress responsibly. Wear a very neat, if possible, nice dress if you are a lady. Nice t-shirt, nice polo, nice pants, nice trousers, nice shoes as a guy. You can't be going to the embassy looking poor. If you are going to the embassy looking poor, how are you going to afford the trip in the first place? Are you borrowing money to travel? You have to appear, even if say you don't get that money, but appear like say you get them. The visa officer is sizing you while you are there. Forget say they look you, they look computer, they look you, they look computer. They size you. He or she, they size you. Prepare yourself. Don't go there and be looking hungry. Go there and look as somebody who is satisfied, who is well-to-do. Even if say you borrow the money to go to that visa interview, they wear better wristwatch. Fine wristwatch, even if not the expensive, but may just fine. Not the one we don't wash. Wear good wristwatch. Dress well. Give yourself clean haircut as a guy. As a lady, get better hair. Whether you play tamu, whether not weave on, whether not wiggle, they wear. Give yourself simple makeup, not just paint your, but no, look simple, look rich. You understand? So look clean, look neat. All those your fingers, everything, let them clean. And this update now bring come. Then once you go that interview, go there very early. Have confidence. Be confident in yourself. Be confident of yourself. Don't be fidgeting. Nobody is dying at a visa interview. It is either they give you that visa or they deny you. Nobody is killing anybody. So prepare yourself, prepare your mind. Don't be too overambitious. Don't be panicking. Just be confident. Tell yourself, if they deny me this visa, I will apply again. Tell yourself that. If you go to that visa interview with the mindset of, if I don't get this visa today, I don't know if I can sleep. If you go there with this mindset, they might just be asking you questions. You will just be unable to answer because of the tension. Just ease yourself. It's a normal thing. Now interview. You understand so? Mm-hmm. So if there is any other question you feel like you want to ask me concerning this US visa interview, B1, B2 visa interview at the embassy, drop it in the comments and I will reply right there. All right, guys, stay blessed.